welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Bundles and welcome to Motivation Monday. If you are new to this channel, on Mondays we read through scriptures, motivational sayings or quotes. I go over events that happened in my life or events that you all send in to go over, elaborate on, and provide motivation and inspiration throughout the week. So if you are interested, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed. And before we get into the video, I am featuring entrepreneurs on my website, which is badchickhair.com. This is going to be the third week that I've been doing this. I really enjoy doing it because I do want to shed more light on different entrepreneurs and businesses. I think that we all have a unique story and journey. We all can learn from each other. And me featuring entrepreneurs on my website is going to give us all an opportunity to learn from each other and to learn more about the different businesses that are out there. So if you are interested in having your business featured through badchickhair.com, be sure to reach out, contact me so that we can send you over the information to get you featured on the website. Or if you have a friend or family member that has a business that would like to be featured, it does not have to pertain just to hair. It could be any genre. You could be an entrepreneur of, any field. But if you are interested, or if you know someone that would be interested in being featured, reach out to me or send me an email. I'm going to go ahead and put my email across the screen, and it's also listed below in the description bar. But be sure to check out this week's featured entrepreneur. The link is listed below as well. So let's get right into the video. Okay, you all, so I am in a different scenery. I'm actually in my backyard. I thought that this would be something different. So let me know if the outside noise is too loud. Let me know if you like this view. I just wanted to kind of find something that's a little bit peaceful, but still a little different so that we can get ready for our week this week. So the quote that I'm going to be going over today is, "Without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value." So pretty much what I gather from that is, without a plan or without goals, it's really easy to become sidetracked, and it's really easy to not really value what it is we're looking to achieve, not really value our dreams. Trying to keep my notes up there. Okay. And so it's really important to put a sense of urgency on whatever you're doing, making sure that you are moving forward and making sure that you're not really finding different ways. I hope this works. My notes keep falling. Let me try one more thing. Okay, let's try it this way. And not really finding different ways to push it off. A lot of times we find different ways to procrastinate. We find different ways to say, no, not right now. But like the quote said, without a sense of urgency, your dreams, whatever you're looking, your goals, whatever you're looking to achieve, definitely can, the value can depreciate. And so a couple things that I'm going to go over. I'm going to touch on a few tips that I have available or that I've come up with to make sure that we're creating a sense of urgency and that our desire is not losing its value. And so the first tip that I have is create a plan or a roadmap for success. I talk about this all the time. When you create a plan, it doesn't mean, like I've been saying, that it has to be etched in stone, but you do want to have a strategic plan, meaning you want to know what your goals are, you want to know where you are at, and you want to know where you plan to be in 6 months, in a year, and so forth. A lot of times if we say, hey, it's always been a dream of mine to own a business, if you're not really making that plan, if you're not really saying, okay, this is when I want to start my business, a lot of times, there's a lot of people that can testify to this. The days go past, the weeks go past, the months go past, the years go past, and it's like you look back and you're like, I have a list full of things that I wanted to do, and none of that got achieved. So it's not just about us dreaming the dream or wanting the success, but it's actually about us creating a plan so that we can start working toward that success to make it happen. And like I say in a lot of videos, success can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Success could be a lot of money to one person. Success could be doing something that they've always wanted to do. Success could be living out their dream or having freedom, having the flexibility to work or stay home if they wanted to, having financial freedom. And so whatever success means to you, in order to work toward that, we want to make sure, and I apologize for the noise. I live, there's an apartment complex like close to me, but not close to me. So a lot of times I hear noise from the apartment. So I'm so sorry if you can hear. Yeah, we want to make sure that we're being strategic with our planning. So actually have a plan. I would definitely physically write it out, and I would have different time stamps as to when you plan on achieving this roadmap or this goal to get you closer to your end result. Also, number 2, create a sense of urgency. Life stays still for no one. So like I just mentioned, not just creating the plan, but actually creating deadlines for yourself. Just like when you're at a job, a lot of jobs have deadlines, meaning, hey, I'm going to give you this task to do and I want it completed by this time or this month or this, whenever. And so we have to do the same thing with our business. We have to say, okay, this is what we're looking at doing. I know I'm not going to get everything done in a day, but this is where I'm going to start. I plan on having my website up by this day. I plan on having my vendor by this time. I plan on having my business email account set up by this time. I plan on securing funding for my business if I am looking at a business loan by this time. Make sure that you are setting deadlines for yourself so that you actually have some way to keep you accountable. Because if we just say, hey, I'm just working for myself whenever I feel like it, that's the perfect opportunity for our minds to say, you know what, we don't have to do it right now. We're going to push it to the back. And I tell a lot of people this all the time. A lot of people come to me and they're like, I want to work for myself. And I ask them why. And they're like, well, because I don't have to answer to anyone. And I'm going to make a separate video going into detail about this. But in a way, you're right, but in a way, you're not, because you still do have to answer to someone, and you have to answer to yourself. If you're working for yourself, you still have to drive in income to pay your bills. You still have to drive in income for the things that you want, for your daily living expenses, for savings and things like that. And so if you're driving in income, you can't really be, I don't want to say you can't, but you shouldn't really be that lax when it comes to your business. Like, oh, I'm the boss, so today I'm just going to take off. Nope, tomorrow I'm going to take off. Oh, next week I'm going to take off. You want to make sure that you're being consistent, because that's the way that you're going to make money. Just like if you go to work every day, the more you have to go each day or use up your PTO or something like that in order to get paid. But the point is, you have to put the time in. Even for speaking engagements, I was talking to my brother because he was like, man, I would love to just do this and do that. You don't have to answer to anyone. And I'm like I just explained, in a way you're right, but in a way you're not, because you're still being graded by the people that you're working with in a way. So even when I do presentations, a few weeks ago, I got back my grade performance from my participants in the presentation. And so they sent me back feedback. And so that lets the facilitators know if they want to book me for another presentation in the future. That lets me know what I should work on. That lets me know how well I did. And so it's not like I'm answering to someone, but it still is like I'm being graded. You're still being graded on your performance. And so you still want to make sure that whenever you're creating your business, you're thinking on a bigger realm. So anything that you do in life, majority of the time it's gonna take work. It's going to take work, and it's going to take time, whether you're working for yourself or someone else. You just want to make sure that you're creating that urgency, because like I said, life doesn't stay still for anyone. But the worst feeling to me is feeling like you're running out of time. You know what I mean? Like my son recently, he started puberty, and I'm just like, whoa, there's just milestones in your life that kind of hit you, and you're like, wow, where did time go? And so you want to just make sure that you're valuing every moment that you get, and you're actually spending your day and your time on things that matter. And in order to do that, you have to become disciplined. And I'm saying that, I'm not even gonna say we have to become disciplined, because that's still something that I'm working towards every day. I want to be more disciplined every day. I want to be better every day. And so we just have to discipline ourselves to create a sense of urgency behind the things that really matter, and realize that we don't just have eternity on this earth to create our business. You know what I mean? Once we die, and if we're living our life the right way, then that's another story. But I'm talking about here in the human form, you're not going to be here for eternity. And so you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, like I mentioned, that it has purpose behind it, and that we're not getting sidetracked with things that don't matter, and that we're not finding excuses to push back our business and our dreams. Like, now is the time. Even if you've created, say you've started drop shipping, you've created your website, and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to take a break from promoting my business. I'm just going to stop doing this. And then the break, initially you were going to take a week break, and then that week break turned into a month break, and then that month break turned into, you just haven't touched it since, and it's been months and months and months. You want to make sure that you're getting back into it, and you're saying, you know what, I have to start somewhere. So reevaluate your website, reevaluate some of your marketing tactics. Stay consistent. Like I said before, sometimes a lot of times businesses are going to start off slow. that's just how it works. You have to put in the time, and you have to give it time. You have to trust the process. And a lot of times everything is right. Your website may be right, your pricing may be right, your product may be right. It just takes that time. So get back in it. There's nothing wrong with playing around with different ways on driving more traffic to your site. There's nothing wrong with playing around with different ways to attract more clients or customers, but still stay committed, because you have an end goal that you're wanting to get to. And the more you delay it, the more you start and stop, the longer it's going to take to achieve the goal. Number 3 is stay motivated. So constantly remind yourself of why you're doing this. I say this in a lot of videos. You have to, your mind is so powerful. A lot of people even ask, how do you make videos every day? And, how do you stay committed? I'm motivated. You know what I mean? I'm inspired. I have a goal and I want to achieve the goal. So I'm not saying that you can't take breaks, because I've also made videos about taking breaks and not overworking yourself or getting burned out. But I'm saying that just like you go to work every day, people go to work every single day. There's some people that retire from jobs, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. My grandfather, he's a very, very hardworking man. He worked almost his entire life, and he retired from a great job. He had great benefits, and that was a great route for him. So there's nothing wrong with the working route. I'm just saying that you still have to put in the work, whether you work for yourself, like I said before, whether you work a 9 to 5. But people that retire, they go to work every single day. You put in these hours so that you can reap the benefit. And that's the same kind of discipline and motivation that you have to have on your business too. You still have to work. You know what I mean? Even if your work is posting constantly, or even if your work is, maybe you're a YouTuber, you create videos every day, and YouTube is your primary source of income, or maybe you run a hair business, or maybe you have a shoe business, or maybe you have multiple businesses. Whatever the case may be, you have to continuously put in the hours and go to work so that you can reap the benefits. A big misconception that people have is, I'm just going to start this business and I'm going to get rich. It sounds kind of crazy when you say it out loud, but a lot of people have that in their mind. They kind of subconsciously think that, because that's what social media teaches us. Hey, I just created a website, I posted a couple cute pics and now I'm rich. It does not work that way. And also don't get sidetracked on the gross income. I'm going to make another video about that, but I see a lot of companies posting their total amount of sales, their gross sales, and not their net sales. Gross sales and net sales are completely different. You can have a company that has over 100,000 in gross sales, but their net profit may be like 30,000. You know what I mean? And so pretty much I'm just saying that things aren't always what they seem. I'll do another video on that later, but I'm just saying, I try to tell everyone that watches me, don't get wrapped up in the social media hype. There's definitely success that you can achieve through social media. There's definitely money that is there to be made through your online business, but it's not something that you just happen to wake up with and just have it. I mean, some people do, but the majority of us, we actually have to, we have to put the hard sweat and tears in it. And I don't regret having to do that, because like I said, it teaches me so much it teaches me. And my journey has been, I wouldn't trade my journey for anyone else's. I enjoy everything that I've learned. I enjoy even the process in my salon. I enjoy everything, because it all helps me to become the person that I am today. And it helps me be able to have experiences, relatable experiences that I can connect with other people with, and provide different insight and different tips that help me help them. So just enjoy your journey, like I say all the time, and realize that you have to stay motivated. You have to stay consistent if you want to see the results. The 4th tip is stop compromising your values. So I see this in a lot of companies too, a lot of startup businesses especially. Like I said before, when you first start a business and you're not getting that sale, you can rack your mind. I remember when I first launched Fat Chick Hair years ago, I was like, wow, I didn't get a sale today. What is wrong? And I changed my website probably like 6 times. I changed the font, the colors, the main picture on Instagram. I would post like back to back to back to back. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with posting back to back to back to back on Instagram, but I'm just saying that I've just felt a sense of I'm doing something wrong. I need to go ahead and fix it. My anxiety just kicked in overdrive. And when I started just, giving myself time to just stop and look at the overall picture and realize that it is going to take some time, it is going to take some work. I stopped I started to look at the value. You know, I stopped really just only looking at the price, and I started looking at the quality. I stopped only just looking at, you know, the amount of followers, but I started actually looking at, okay, even if no one followed me back, or if no one liked me, look how many emails, look how many inquiries I got from this picture. I started actually looking at the value of the things that I was doing. Even now, you know, sometimes people, you know, sometimes I'll get a few views on my videos, and the people that watch the videos actually found inspiration through them, and they would send me like an email or a DM. I even get text messages sometimes. So I just started redirecting my mind to not only look at what it looks like, but to actually look at the value that I'm providing and the value that I want my businesses to sustain. And so stop compromising your value. Stop trying to throw out, you know, what it is your original plan was. Again, you can always tweak your plan. You can always find different ways to better your plan. But if it's something that you really, really felt passionate about in the beginning, you know, don't just throw it out the window because it didn't work the first day. Really stick to the value of your business and the overall vision behind the brand that you created. And then the last tip that I have is the time is now. You know, I'm quickly approaching 30, you know, and like I said a minute ago, with my son hitting puberty, I'm just realizing it kind of like hits you in the face. Like, life is moving fast, you know. Sometimes you just have those wake up calls. You kind of coast through your 20s, or, you know, and then you wake up one day and you're like, I'm 30, you know, or you're sitting here, you're raising your children, and then you wake up one day and you're like, my baby's not a baby anymore, you know. And so it just kind of puts that sense of urgency in you, like, you know what, the time is now. And so that's kind of the same feeling we have to have with our business. You know, the time is now. We've put it off too long. We've played around too long. We've said, you know what, I'm going to try this maybe next summer. Oh, if I get some time off work, I'm going to try this maybe next weekend. No, the time is now. I don't care, you know, what else is going on in your life. Like I said before, we have to be disciplined. Everyone has things going on in their life. Everyone has things that they're battling with. Everyone has struggles. And I'm not saying that those don't matter. I'm just saying that because it's life, you know, more than likely, you're going to have some more struggles. You're going to have some more hard times. You may have some more heartaches. But if we stop every time something happens, we're always going to be starting and stopping. So I'm not saying to ignore your feelings. I'm not saying to, you know, neglect anything else that you have going on. But I am saying to value what it is you want in your life, you know, because I was just, you know, telling you, my son's going through puberty. Eventually, when they, you know, when they're grown, they're going to have their own life. You know what I mean? They're going to be doing their own thing. And it's like, I still want to be able to find fulfillment in my life. I still want to be able to say, you know what, this is something that Brittany enjoys doing. This is something that Brittany likes doing, you know? And so we all have to find what it is we like doing, even while we're parents, even while we're raising our children, even while we're at work. You know, the time is now. We've put it off way too long. I know people every New Year, they're like, this is my year. No, let's not even wait until New Year. Let's do it today. This is our day. This is our day. Even if all of the funds aren't there, if you can't say, if you're like, you know what, I'm just saving up money, I completely understand that. But do what you can do right now. That means that you have to purchase a dropshipping membership and start selling through Instagram before you can get your website. And go ahead and do that. I do want to say this. I am going to be making a video in a few more days going over a new offer that I have on my website builder services. I was talking to my web builder team, and we were just, we were having a meeting, and there's something that I want to offer you all as far as a different option for creating your website and for building your website. And I'm going to be going more in depth in that video, so make sure that you are subscribed if you are not already. Make sure that you check out this week's featured entrepreneur. The link is listed below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.